Hello boys and girls, today we're going to work with radial symmetry. So radial symmetry, as we learned, is something that repeats as it goes around in sort of a circular pattern. So you're going to be creating your name repeating with radial symmetry. You're going to get a square piece of paper. What I want you to do is to fold it in half diagonally. Then fold it in half again. And fold it in half one more time. Try to make sure that you're lining up these edges as best as possible. And then fold it so you should have a little small triangle like this. Unfold it then. And you should have 8 sections. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I folded it correctly. What I'm going to do is I'm going to write my name on the back side of this paper. You are going to return to this later. I have a triangle cut out that fits into these 8 sections that you drew. So it's a 1/8 little triangle. And on here, this is going to be your sloppy copy where you're going to figure out how to design your name. So you're going to fit your name into this whole entire triangle. You want to be taking up most of the space. So I'm going to just design my name in here however I think it will look cool, filling up the space on here. You can even have the letters touching if you want. They don't have to be all separate letters like I have on here. It's up to you how you want to design it. So there is my name. What I'm going to do once you have it figured out is you're going to outline it in Sharpie. You might want to make it a little more creative than what I just did. Now, I always make you erase your pencil lines, but today we're not going to do that. And what you're going to do is you are going to take this triangle that you just drew your name in, figure out how it fits into here. So it fits right there. And I'm going to put it underneath here. And I'm going to press down hard. Well, first make sure it lines up to its space. I'm going to press down hard. And I'm going to trace over the lines that I can see through the Sharpie. If you're having a lot of trouble seeing this, we can always hold it up to a window. Okay, so now I'm tracing over these lines that I drew in here. How many times should you be tracing over this? Try to trace it so it looks exactly the same for everyone, because this is going to create a really cool effect. Okay, anybody have my answer? How many times should you be tracing this? That is correct. 8 times. So I'm going to go ahead now and trace this. And when I get to the next one, I'm just going to move this around so my triangle, once again, fits under these squares. You're going to have to go every other first. And then I'll show you a trick to get the other side done, or maybe you can figure that out on your own. So, to do the other side, did you see what I just did? I took my triangle and I flipped it over on the opposite side. And now I'm going to line it up to that triangle again. The better you line it up, the more accurate it is going to look and be. And then I'm tracing those letters. And the cool thing is starting to happen now, and I'm going to have to go back and fix it up a little. But these lines should be lining up. If they don't line up perfectly, then that must mean that you did not line it up very nicely. And you can just go back and fix that when you're done. Like I'm going to have to fix my S there a little because that doesn't match up quite right. Okay, here this is completed. Now, it creates this really cool design, and it's hard to see your name. So you can have fun trying to figure out what your friends wrote. You can use a fine point or an ultra fine point Sharpie, depending on how detailed your design is, to outline it in Sharpie. And then erase your pencil lines. Now you are going to color this in. So you're going to use colored pencils. You can use a little sharpener like this, but if you're using this, make sure you do it over the garbage can or over a piece of paper. And you're going to blend the colors in together. So to blend them together, you're going to press hard on one side, and then as you start going in, you're going to press lightly. So you're not putting as much pressure, you're not holding your pencil as tight. You're going to go to the other side and do the same, so pressing harder, and then as they start to meet, you're just going to go really lightly. So I want to see that you're blending in at least one area on here. I'm going to go ahead and color this whole thing in now. Okay, you're going to go ahead and color in most of this thing in now with your colored pencils. Have fun, boys and girls.